I love skateboarding, but it makes me the worst psychopathic maniac.
So Mikey's intro, like everybody else's intro in the video, was designed to kind of give you some insight into these guys' personality. This night right here was actually maybe like the 4th or 5th time I'd filmed with Mikey. I think whatever he was thinking on the inside of his head, it just started coming out of his mouth, so I thought it was funny. I kept it rolling, and I ended up discovering that he does this quite often.
I can't do it, dude.
This guy that says "shut up" right here is voiced by Giovanni Retta, who is a DVS staff photographer, as well as infamous character in skateboarding culture. You might recognize him from such videos as Chomp on This. He's the angry New Yorker who almost beats the crap out of a jogger in a park. That clip right there, for some reason, got like more applause than some of the clips in Mikey's part that were actually tricks. This line right here, that little sketch, Mikey actually redid it perfect, because if you notice, Mikey's part's pretty solid. Like, he's not one of those guys that sketches out. He did it perfect, but I thought it had more character with the little sketch in it, so I left that one in. That nollie down the 14 was his first DVS ad. This song that Mikey's skating to, I always get a lot of questions about. It's called Pounding, and it's by a group called Doves. A lot of people I didn't think expected Mikey to skate to a song like this, and I think Mikey was really aware of that. So when we first started working on the video, he had hit me up and said, "Look, Colin, like, I want you to choose a song for me. I trust your judgment. Pick something for me, you know, like, that's kind of like out of character for me." I chose like 5 or 6 different songs, and this was actually the song I didn't think he would want to use, so I played it last for him, and it was, as soon as he heard it, he was like, "No, this is it." So I was stoked because this was the song I actually wanted to edit to, and Mikey was stoked because it was something that was different. This clip right here is his little brother, Matty, but I think a lot of times Mikey gets the credit for it because they both skate the same way and they were running the same haircuts. Best spot in the world right there. It's in Melbourne. You should skate it sometime if you get the chance. I thought that this video part was good for him in the sense that it showed he was much more diverse than I think people had given him credit for, you know? And Mikey's actually a really cool kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think he's gonna do well in skateboarding. He's not caught up in any of the bullshit. I'd like to thank Brennan Conroy for filming a good portion of Mikey's part. Brennan is the Alien Workshop filmer. Mikey was working on a Seek video at the same time as Skate More, and Seek ended up going out of business, so we were lucky enough to get all of his footage from Brennan. Thank you, Brennan. I appreciate it. That right there, that nollie flip, I think is one of the oldest tricks in his part. He was still wearing some shoes by another shoe company at that point. I won't mention any names. This spot right here that he's skating, if you don't live in LA and you've never been to LA, you're missing out on probably 2 of the best ledges ever. A lot of people call it DWP, some people call it the Dill Ledges. Whatever you call it, it's one of the best spots in the world. That spot's really dirty and nasty. Mikey wears a lot of hats in his part. There's a hat, previously was a beanie. I think he may have something on his head in 90% of his part. He also gets the award for the most varying hairstyles in the video part. Right there he's got cornrows on that kickflip nose. Right there he's got a nice full mane of hair that you can see wisping in the wind. And if you look earlier, a few clips in his part, he's got a complete shaved head. This line right here was a nightmare to film. It took us like 5 hours for some reason, and we ended up leaving there like literally as the sun was rising. Those rails right there are awesome. They look much lower on film than they are in person. Mellow handrails have a tendency to do that. So that rail always looked like amazingly easy to skate, but actually when you get there, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Again, this spot is so gnarly, not because of like the ledge itself or the drop, but because of all that crap you're staring at right now in the background. There's like fan belts and saw blades and all kinds of things to puncture yourself on. This last line, Mikey filmed like 3 days before the premiere, and the funny thing about it is he actually thought it wasn't good. He thought he sketched out a lot on this trick. So, I don't know. You decide, but I think he did it pretty proper.